Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Bhagavadgita, chapter 2, verse 17. Avinashitu tadvidhi ena sarvamidam tatam vinasamavyyasyasya nakaschit kartumarhati. Avinashitu tadvidhi. Avinasa, which cannot be destroyed, which is imperishable. Tad vidhi. Please understand. Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna, Avinasi tu tad vidhi. That is imperishable. What is that? Soul. Jivatma. Paramatma. The soul is imperishable. Ena sarva midam tatam. Tatam means spread. Idam, this body. Sarva, whole, from toe to head. Atma is spread throughout the body. Soul is spread throughout the body. And that soul is avinasha, imperishable. O Arjuna, soul is imperishable. Avinashitu tad vidhi. Ena sarvam idam tatam. Vinasamavyyasyasya. This is very important. The first line started with avinasha. The second line started with vinasha. This soul, which is imperishable, vinasa, its destruction, cannot be done by anybody. Nakaschit kartumarhati. Nobody has the ability or strength or power to destroy that soul. O Arjuna, the whole body is with soul. The soul is in the whole body, spread throughout the body. You are thinking you are going to kill Bhishma, Drona, Kripacharya, like this, Svajana, Svabandhavas. Are you killing the body or are you killing the soul? This body is full of the soul. That soul cannot be destroyed. What he said in line 2, Nakaschit kartumarhati. Nobody in the world has the ability to kill that soul. Soul is imperishable. So Arjuna, you cannot kill the soul. Now let us analyze. First point is, what is perishable? What is imperishable? This world is perishable. Yesterday we discussed it. Sat, Asat. Sat is Atma, Asat is this world. This world, whatever you are seeing, all these bodies, all these trees are perishable, sooner or later. So, concept is, body is perishable, Atma is not perishable. In this verse he is telling, this body, that Atma is spread throughout the body, And some Upanishads say, the size of the Atma inside the body is 1 by 10,000 of the hair tip to it divided by 10,000 is equal to the size of the Atma, which is the localized Jivatma inside the body. It resides in the heart. According to Vedas and Upanishads. Atma of the size of the hair tip, 1 by 10,000, resides in the heart of every living being and spreads consciousness throughout the body. How it spreads? You see, you take the example of a flower, rose garden, a rose flower. Fragrance is its nature. Any flower you pick up, there is a fragrance. But the fragrance is spread throughout the garden. So fragrance is in the flower, fragrance is spread throughout the garden. In the same manner, soul is inside the heart and the consciousness is spread throughout the body, from toe to head. When this soul is inside the body, When the consciousness is spread throughout the body, all our senses function. This karmendriya and jnanendriya, I am lifting the hand, lifting the leg, making movements of my whole body and enjoying through my five senses, through my eyes, through my ears, through my nose, through my mouth, through my skin. Everything is possible so long that soul is there. And that soul, according to this verse, is indestructible, cannot be destroyed. So you need not lament that you are going to kill somebody. Soul is indestructible. This body, what we are looking of, is consisting of two kinds of bodies. One gross body, one subtle body. Gross body is consisting of Panch Mahabhutas, they call earth, water, air, akash. All these five Panch Mahabhutas, this is the gross body which we are able to see. Second is subtle body, consisting of three: mind, intelligent, and ego. When any person dies, we cremate the gross body. The subtle body cannot be cremated. It goes along with the jivatma to the next body. It continues to exist. Mind, intellect, and ego, consisting of subtle body, which is invisible to the physical eyes, continues even after death also. So, what we are cremating is the gross body only. So, what is getting destroyed is the gross body only. The subtle body, consisting of mind, intellect, and ego, continues to exist even after death also. And its journey starts into another body along with the jivatma and continues the past vasanas or accumulated vasanas. So, here there are two concepts are there. I say you are Satchitananda, soul, Atma, Paramatma is Satchitananda. Sat, truth, Chit, consciousness, Ananda, always happy. Our happiness comes and goes, but Satchitananda happiness is permanent. It does not come and go. It is always only happiness, happiness, and only happiness. That is soul. Now, when it comes to Jivatma, let us Satchitananda, Anusat, Anuchit, Anuananda. So we are also part and parcel of that universal soul. Therefore, that Anu, that part is inside us as Jivatma. So it is a localized consciousness. This localized consciousness gives consciousness to one body only. It does not give consciousness to the universal, all the bodies. All the bodies get the consciousness through universal soul. So every body has a localized Jivatma, and that Jivatma is Anushakti, one particle that gives consciousness to that particular body. So the point we should learn from this particular verse, that is verse 17, soul is imperishable, soul is indestructible. Now let us call it the name God. You call it Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna, Durga Ma, choice Shivas, Ganesh Ji. Whatever name you call it, whichever religion, I am not related. That soul is called in different names by different religions. In the same religion also by different names. That soul is imperishable. That soul is indestructible. That soul pervades, again I am repeating, pervades all. Means the whole universe. Therefore, logically it is proved God is everywhere. Wherever you are sitting, there is God. Wherever you are walking, there is God. To whomever you are talking, God is talking to God. Each thought of yours is observed by the God. Be careful, be careful. Pray God to give us the strength not to do any wrong in our life. We should always feel this is the positive attitude we have to develop. We should not commit any sin under the impression nobody is looking at us. Here I will tell you a small story from a teacher. A teacher taught regarding the God. to 10 students. Example. So they stayed in the Gurukul, they learned regarding the God, they learned Upanishads, they learned Vedas and everything. After that, their education is complete. One day the teacher said, now your education is complete, you go back to your home. While going to the home, he said that do one work for me. He gave one banana to each of the students and said, go away to such place, eat and come back, eat at that place where nobody should see you. So all have gone, eaten and came back. One student came back with the banana. He said, how can I eat? God is everywhere. So he actually understood the concept of this particular verse. That we cannot go to any place in this universe where God is not in existence. So what is the positive energy you have to pick up? Since God is everywhere, we are part of the Atman. The water in the wave comes from the wave, from the water only. And again merges in the water only. Ocean is consisting of water. From the ocean the wave came. And a wave merges back into the ocean again. So our consciousness should be at higher levels, that is at Atman level, not at this body level. This body, even if Arjuna does not kill, die one day. It is only a matter of time. Because yesterday we discussed in the previous verse, Sat and Asat. Sat is permanent, Asat is temporary. Now to conclude, the Krishna's teachings started from verse 11, we reached verse 17. In brief, let us recall what has been discussed. Each verse is a mantra. Even if one verse we understand in two spirit, we have understood the entire Gita. In verse 11, he said, don't lament. You have no right to lament, whether for the living or the dead. Because in verse 12, he said, we all exist eternally. What we call death of the physical body only, the soul is eternal. In verse 13, he said, everyone passes through 4 stages of life: childhood, youth, old age, and death. Death is nothing but transmigration from one body to the other body. In verse 14 and 15, he said, you want salvation, you want liberation, tolerate the dualities. Sita, Ushna, Sukha, Dukha. Try to control under both the situations, maintain tranquility of mind. In verse 16, real is permanent, unreal is temporary. In verse 17, he said that real, which is permanent, cannot be destroyed by anybody. It is ever existing, it is permanent. Therefore, live with complete confidence that you are part and parcel of the God. You are Jivatma. You are always connected to the Paramatma. You are not alone. You are not alone. God is with you always, everywhere. And this body, which we are thinking, to which we are giving so much of attention, is temporary only. So take care of that much of only to the body, that which is necessary to maintain it. The rest of the time, fill your bag with sat karmas, with good karmas. Read Bhagavadgita, be in Krishna consciousness. Try to find out your own home. Your house is Vrindavana, your house is Goloka, your house is Krishna consciousness. Is the only way to reach your own house, where there is only Satchidananda, always happiness, 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 no place for sorrow, sorrowfulness. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.